Alright, you can see me. I can now respond to chat. I'm gonna hang out. I might draw on my walls. Hello. Please feel free to genuinely reply in chat. I am allowed to draw ruins. So we're gonna do an Om for the universal protection. Alright. We are going to draw a flower because I love my father. And this is one of the first things he ever taught me to draw. We used to do photography together as a kid. I used to do photography with Ashish Chachu too. I have already picked someone random in the world through telehealth who I would think the next spiritual initiate is of whatever spirituality we have going on here. My phone is about to die. My phone is about to die. I want my laptop back. Who the fuck stole my laptop? I don't even give a fuck. I still have tenant insurance. I can draw ruins on myself. I don't need to tattoo ruins. That's why until I know what my tribal grandmother's tattoos look like. No one on my left hand is ever tattooing my left hand. I got my first tattoo with one of the people I spiritually loved when I was best friends with them in high school. And it's serotonin, which is the same thing as the chemical component in LSD, DMT, mushrooms. But that same time, I got this tattoo. It's for the environment, but it's married. It's like a tattoo that we got together. Yeah, my left-hand path is true too. I genuinely got a tattoo from somebody Tape took me to, and she wasn't very good. She was an apprentice. But Tape has genuine left-hand path, but I'm not married to Tape. I am in a common law marriage. So the random tattoos I have from people, they're on my right hand. And my spirituality is true. I think that in terms of what I truly, truly decide is gonna have to be whoever gets to tattoo my face. Yeah. Women where I come from, they don't show their faces to people who are not family. So I would love for my man and I to get our stuff back from the police. I would love my paint palette and balaclava back. At this point, I have my indigenous cigarettes. I have needles if I choose to tattoo myself. I will not be debating with anybody if I am two-spirit or not. If anything, this is my middle register. You're speaking to my third spirit. I already told you through the commands that I used that Vishnu used to hang out in the living room. Thunder, bedroom. Orange sunglasses literally just took the title of Shiva, and I let him take the title of Shiva for now because I respect him. But let's not actually get it twisted. He is not Shiva. I remember the story of my initiation here, and I respect it. I remember the story of my initiation back as a nurse in the psychiatric ward right now. I have displayed to people who I do not consider to be my family to genuinely have to respect modesty towards me. They do not know my true story. I am not really wanting to or willing to debate. I want my balaclava back. I will still continue to do street art, so you guys can source from my Horcruxes if you need to. I love my demon guys, and that is not a debate I am willing to have. We're just teaching our demon mans how to properly behave and be respectful. So, if you want to go back to passport, legality, etc., then orange sunglasses is my husband. If you want to come to November, then music is my husband. So now, older, younger, both two black guys. If you want to uphold treaty rights, then I'm married to Dakota. I know which energetic links are true and which are not. I am not Dakota. I have not. Wonderful. So the university also agrees. So, I am allowed to go to school. I am allowed to do whatever the fuck I want. We are now going to be reconfederating. So, I am queer. Yes. I am not debating three-spirit. I do not care. I do not need to validify myself to anybody. This need to seek approval about myself from people has perpetuated distrust throughout everyone. I do not leech off of people unless they have leached off of me. So my primordial energy is true, and so is my young soul energy. I prefer to think of myself as a knowledge holder. Okay? So my love for knowledge and the name Ganesh that I have given to one of my alter egos is genuinely true. The name Kali that I have given to my protector, which is my left-hand path feminine, is also true. So, Shiv, genuinely, like, that's what I thought I was because I am born on April 20th, and I have a third eye shaped like hair circle here. So I just thought, okay, let's think back. So Buddha, I have incorporated practices from Buddha. Then we think, okay, Jesus, I have genuinely learned and incorporated from Jesus. I personally worship the moon. The first ever true act of devotion I have ever shown anyone was barefoot dancing to music I played to the moon. I had cigarettes then too. I also had a purge there. So even without ayahuasca and having to ingest ayahuasca, the spirit of the purge was there then too. My mother was watching me then too. I was in a field by their home. So the love for the moon is something that I have never questioned. I was walking home and I was so like weirdly repressed that I was looking at the moon and I almost had an orgasm. But I did not actually let that, I was not touching myself. I was not doing anything. Only when I feel like true, like divine insight am I ever able to autosexual wise, without fantasy, without touching myself, without intention, be able to orgasm. So my autosexuality is also true. But that's when I'm processing my own abuse. But I literally have messaged my psychology of sexuality prof in the past before and literally been like, hey, when I get insane insight or I genuinely feel like I am like about to, like, you know, Carl Jung synchronicities. Yes. So my like sexual capacity is so true that I can get communication from the divine through literal, like, no intention, no looking at nothing, through true knowledge or figuring something out. Through knowledge or problem solving, I have literally been able to genuinely, like, and I actually haven't let myself, maybe like twice, I've felt comfortable enough to be like, okay, just relax, just relax. So I love knowledge. I'm a sapiosexual. I'm so attracted to people who are genuinely smarter than me. But that doesn't mean it has to be in a sexual nature. Now you understand that, like, spiritual, like, energetic fields are real. So if I have in the past ever made you think that my professors have ever behaved inappropriately, hell no. My professors are so respectful and so amazing. I prefer to be around older, more mature, knowledgeable energy because I love knowledge. The reason I love to argue, because, yo, my dad is a genuine, one of the most brilliant fucking scientists in the world with over 31 fucking publications. All of his friends are intellectually brilliant. But as a kid, they never properly nourished and taught me how to be like somebody who questioned. They just wanted to indoctrinate me. They genuinely just wanted to indoctrinate me, and I never was okay with that level of control. So I love Ashish Chachu. Is he kind of an asshole? Yes. But I love Ashish Chachu. He's taught me so much. Thomas Hart genuinely is my knowledge base linked to Isaiah Berlin. Isaiah Berlin is one of the like most brilliant scientists out there. Not scientists, philosophers out there. So I have the philosophy voice. James Flux has literally given me the visionary art voice. Schwann has given me the street art voice in terms of creating ruins through street art. If you want to talk about evading police, then Lee has given me the street art. No, Lee has given me the graffiti voice. Schwann has given me the Pishu / street art voice. Dakota here genuinely has made sure that I was safe. And never got pissed at me for going around being crazy and shit. So Dakota's past, like, wife or whatever, who I literally gave a queen bee glass sculpture to, that Kevin gave me, that was out of sheer respect. And it wasn't out of sheer respect for Dakota. It was genuine sheer respect for his energetic girl at the time. I literally have an offering that she has given me. And I love her. I did not realize that I had the capacity to source from items. But now that I have learned, I'm going to be respectful. And I'm going to give people that I trust their own energetic links to me. I'm literally going to charge shit myself and give them to people I trust so they can have psychic channels open to me. The whole spiritual mating ritual was just so that, like, even if I forget the entire plan in terms of the spiritual laws that I have made, people will not feel like, okay, fuck, we just gotta reset her now. So, don't question people in my hood. I fucking love every single one of them. Do not question anyone in my maike or sasural. Do not question anybody at my institution. I'm not going anywhere. McMaster wanted me back too. But if TMU has genuinely respected my disability, genuinely given me such amazing support, the literal reason I have a social worker too, the literal reason I'm in front of you right now, I love Ashell. Ashell is genuinely somebody who has really been there for me. I'm gonna go message her after this and thank her for being there for me. Kalesh, a Guyanese woman who taught me palliative care nursing, is the genuine only reason why I'm such a good nurse today. Before her, at Baycrest, another shitty teacher in terms of white people teaching, but Shelly, oh yeah, there was a Shelly at McMaster, Shelly in nursing. I genuinely have had some of the best, traditional Guyanese or Trinidadian women teach me how to, do nursing. I've had genuine medicinal plant healers. I've had literal, philosophical royalty teach me. I've had true psychics teach me here. I have a royal right to rule. I have now a legal right to rule. I can go free running whenever I want. I told you, we were playing colonization, and me and my team win. If I was feeling shame about the fact that I had been moved around as a kid, and I didn't develop social skills until necessary, and by the time I had learnt the social skills, rules, or hierarchies of a specific area, I was just moved around. So in terms of my sexual purity, I can genuinely tell you literal people who have raped me because I did not understand what consent was. I can tell you people who I have given consent to, and somebody who has accidentally violated me. I can tell you people who might have given me literal, a biological disease through viruses. And then I can pinpoint an exact time when I was worried because the medical system has failed me. So I'm a nurse in my own right. I am a cannibal queen in my own right. I'm an energetic healer in my own right. I literally have invented my own spirituality in my own right. I have respected everyone who has helped me to date. Nobody has known my truth. Nobody. Nobody has genuinely ever been my dance teacher. Nobody. So my dancing is me. Nobody can claim that they have ever taught me how to dance. So, destruction, dance, weed, Shiva. So, thank you, Orange Sunglasses, for taking the title of the devil for a little bit. But I never gave Orange Sunglasses the name Shiva. So if you want to go all Hindu, I am Brahma, I am Vishnu, and I am Shiva. I made very clear that there are linguistic differences. In English, I sound like a narcissistic bitch. In Hindi, hum. That can mean me as an individual or us as a group. And that is another understanding of energetic healing that I bring to the table. I want to go learn Ayurveda. I want to go learn from true yogic masters. I have always called a side of myself Kali. That's my feminine protector. My brother used to call me Saraswati. I have been called Lakshmi. I have been called Ganesh. I literally lead my own family's energetic rituals when I was unmarried in their own right. But thank you to Shahri Allah and Sufi Islamic practices for giving me my marriage rights back. You cannot marry me off to anybody without consent. I do not care if I have accepted offerings, but until there is a verbal agreement that I am genuinely married to someone, I'm not married to anyone. I've made it clear. I can take whatever name I want. I'm a data scientist in my own right. And co-op wise, you do not get to question what me and my family do in terms of our legality. So if RBC or whatever bank wanted some sort of external guarantor to justify that I was a data scientist, well, I have proven to the whole world that I'm a data scientist. I still live here. The literal items that were stolen from my house. Even right now, where the fuck is my laptop and iPad? I need to go to school. I have assignments and shit to do. Where is my literal laptop and iPad? Since everybody in this hood wants to claim security or whatever the fuck not. I genuinely have had people wrongfully make me Sufi sacrifices that I have rejected. And then people without any coercion themselves have made me true Sufi sacrifices in the spiritual, in the physical, in the energetic realm. I can pinpoint energies that I have felt have spiritually violated me. Or spiritually, sexually violated me. But this is where we're gonna go back to my traditional roots. Energetically, I have been married. And that has also happened here through ritual. But to protect people and their spiritual rights, I'm just gonna take it to the fucking chest. But after this point, I want to remind you that I have the capacity to remove spiritual claims at will. I know my energetic capacities. I want to publicly issue an apology to Dakota's old energetic wife that I gave a queen bee beautiful glass sculpture that was meant for me here to her. You initiated me into left-hand path channels without my understanding or knowledge. I love my energetic family here because I had access to their channels and I was listening to them. I knew people were talking shit about me, and I remember why I did or did not like specific people's energies. Looney Tunes t-shirt? You have genuinely been so true to me. So true to me. You have never slept with me. You might not even be into me at all. I might even legally marry your current woman to make sure she does not have to be deported. But because I knew the people who truly were Sufi and wanted to devote themselves to me have shown me that. Whether it be sexually through modesty, whether it be through physical modesty, but people have given me their soul, sacrificed themselves. And I have genuinely been respectful enough to be like, hey, no more. So, in terms of my heritages, you do not get to question my Rajasthani ruler heritage, which could be warrior. Sikh heritage is warrior inherently. So my ruler rights, you do not get to question. My warrior rights, you do not get to question. My indigenous rights, you do not get to question. And I do not need any treaty based off of a common law marriage to justify my indigenous rights to you. I want to make that very clear. I'm going to smack the shit out of anybody who fucking questions me. Both of my grandparents love me. If my dad has my passport and he has any ounce of a fucking consciousness, he's gonna get his social credit trust to send him fucking money and genuinely let me go to my cousin's sister's wedding. I have had a private wedding here that I did not want to actually have. For the sake of wartime, for the sake of the fact that we are literally at war. And I have the capacity to reignite and deignite spiritual truces. I am going to stay married, but only until the war is over. And that is only because of legal naming rights in colonial Dutch land, in colonial French land, in colonial Spanish land, and in colonial English land. But in indigenous land, we have not completed our figuring out of rituals. Because if I'm to be married, I'm going to have my traditional ritual rites followed just as well as that person's traditional marriage rites. I may have manufactured a whole ritual courtship game, but that to me genuinely was just a chance for me to see if I could energetically connect with people. The solstice has not actually happened yet. So if people respect my right to not have to give them knowledge, like the fact that I do not want people to touch my body, that I want people to stay fucking 3 to 6 feet fucking away, then I might be able to actually energetically pinpoint someone next in my psychic lineage as well. Without genetics. Because that's how true the energetic sphere is. So not only have I genuinely, within our community trust, initiated a new person, not only have I de-initiated people in street art, but I also have potentially invited somebody respectfully into street art. Not only have I stood by my mans, all my mans, after like genuinely being able to be like, not only have I stood by my family, but I've also stood by the elders of this area. Not only have I stood by the elders of Chinatown, but I've also technically respected an elder who originally was from Portuguese town, Portugal, Little Portugal. So if we are playing colonization here, I promise you I have the capacity to win. And I'm only this angry because anybody felt they had the right to question my indigenous heritage. The only reason I give a fuck about mitochondrial DNA is because the Haudenosaunee Confederacy uses maternal lineage. I link that to Jewish marital rights. I have already picked somebody who I would court in the Haudenosaunee Confederacy who has never energetically, physically, spiritually been a pedophile towards me. I have already picked an elder man who I trust in my literal institution by giving him a literal sacred book of his time. And literally, he is not a shaman. He is not a tribal leader. He is somebody genuinely just a part of the Confederacy. So energetically, I am married to somebody who I have labeled war chief. In terms of publicly, I am low-key in love with somebody who has allowed me to age regress and dissociate. I'm in love with somebody's family who has protected me psychically. I'm in love with my family because they were able to educate me and teach me respect. But when it comes to celibacy or purity or whatever the fuck, that is a colonial tool. You guys do not know what India was like sexually before colonization from the British. So, this is a decolonial tool. My parents back home need to unlearn sexual purity. Christians need to unlearn sexual purity. I do not need to have a guilt in terms of who I masturbate to or who I do not masturbate to. But if I have requested the general public to respect me and my energetic space and not masturbate to me, because I am not a porn star. If you have access to pictures of me that genuinely were sent in a sexual nature and they have been leaked, legally, I have the right to sue you for defamation of character. I genuinely have literal true blood sisters from high school that will stand by me till the day I fucking die. I have literal brothers from high school who will stand by me until the day I fucking die. So, queer solidarity stands true. Cannibal solidarity stands true. Colonial solidarity stands true. But don't actually think that since I was forced into these conditions, I'm gonna like abide. Because at any point, I can relinquish any of this shit and go straight running to the fucking law. But if I haven't made fucking clear, I hate the police. I hate police brutality. I have already told Cruz I forgive him for snitching. I love Cruz. I love Cruz's daughter. So, what if I'm married to Cruz? Huh? Do not question my true love for people here. That's why I fucking hate tourists. That's why I fucking hate new people trying to act cool. Because this is literally a lifelong pact for me. This is not some bullshit I want to be famous. I literally already have out-rapped literal famous rap stars. I literally already musically have beat people. But I am not trying to be in a public light for that. Because we have work to do here. Central C, I genuinely anointed you as my initial spiritual negotiations with the elder Asian women here was Tape. Tape literally has Black Hand Path in his lineage. Then, my spiritual pact there stood true. Then I went to, who is your, right hand path potential, leader? Give me your Abrahamic king. Musically, in terms of the same age group as me, Central C was it. But his own cocky fucking ego got him de-anointed for life. He wants to go get brand deals or whatever the fuck. He can go do that. He just allowed me to genuinely feel my love for Hoodmans. But my literal community here and love for people does not need me to know the nitty-gritty of drug dealing or anything of the sort. I'm a princess here too. I don't need to know how people make their fucking money. I don't care. So this video is a literal horcrux for people. Go source whatever energy you want. This is my Vishnu third spirit. So if people make me forget how impartial I truly can be, because they try to push me to be either my masculine or feminine, I will literally present you once again with agendered Vishnu. So now, I would love to genuinely go to school and start preparing for a literal global war that I might have to lead. Why? Because I am married to Rotanashoni war chief right now. Okay? Go mind your fucking business. Do not think that, like, my grandfather's deaf. No matter what bullshit you spew to him, he knows my soul is true. He lives an aesthetic lifestyle. He genuinely does not even sleep in the same bed as his literal wife. So, if you want to incite if I have aesthetic rights or not, I will never. I told you, I had 4 Sufi concubines who energetically made sure they just walked around Kensington. They were some of the most beautiful women I had seen in the glance of an eye. And I genuinely have never seen their faces, but if they energetically meet me again, they were 4 women who walked me from one place to another after my loyalty to my hood here resulted in me being disrespected. So, my literal self-dignity, 4 beautiful Sufi women. 4 beautiful Sufi women have protected. And they were not cannibals. They were not energetic cannibals. They were so pure. And that's why I was so happy. Because I am queer. If I decided that any 4 of them I actually wanted to sleep with, I did not have to worry that my microbiome would destroy them. I genuinely understand sexual health practices. I will make sure that the biological warfare going on in the world is something that ends with me. Microbiome-wise, the colonizers have won, and they own my body. So, that is the only reason I gave a fuck about if somebody was pure or not, if I was going to physically engage with them. If I'm gonna spiritually date them or have a platonic relationship with them that I still love, or have a psychic channel open with them, then they literally do not need to be in my physical presence. That's why herpes snowballing was so important to me. Because you do not get to disrespect people who have been taking care of me here. My love for people here is so true, I could spew another 1,000 lifetimes of lies. But the love they felt for me energetically will never be questioned. So I am tired of people psychically destabilizing me, masturbating within a physical premise of me, and trying to like leech energy. So there you go. Spiritual trafficking is real. Physical trafficking is real. I literally have been married off without my fucking consent. That is why I was so worried about if my indigenous tobacco was here or not. Because to me, the indigenous tobacco genuinely sends my prayer to God. Abrahamic God, I literally proved through my own analysis of my guilt and shame and my own choice to put myself in solitary confinement, to suffer for the wrongs that I have done in my life, that I've literally already done my time. And before I decided to do my time, there was no actual doubt in my head that I was a pedophile or not. But now I know literal pedophiles in my life who have proved to me through triggering my age regression that they are disrespectful as fuck. That is why we now practice modesty. Because if you want the communal trust to be true here, if you want the communal trust to hold up here, then my rules. My house, my rules. That's why my common law marriage is so important. Because landlord-tenant board, my landlord's a dick. He genuinely is a dick. He tried to flirt with me too. He has a fucking sailboat. He has a family and kids. And this man genuinely tried to flirt with me too. So in terms of respect there, fuck you. I don't need to be giving you respect. You disrespected your entire fucking family. And you are using an immigrant worker. Literally, my landlord speaks Mandarin or Cantonese. And literally, in terms of China, has shown me he's a Chinese cannibal. Cannibal, colonialist, whatever you are comfortable with, you can use that word. So, because I respect his wife, I'm going to diss the fuck out of my landlord. My landlord owns both of the houses here. My common law marriage now genuinely gives me the right here to be whomever I want and incite the fact that he literally does not clean his air ducts. The entire walls are filled with mold. He genuinely has terrible insulation, and we are all cold in the winter. The water, literally the city has shown me in my literal part of Kensington, we do not get actual good water. We do not get actual good water. We do not get actual good air through our air ducts cleaning. We have no control over our thermostat. We have no control over our thermostat. The noise canceling insulation here is so bad that I genuinely just speaking at a normal volume in my room can be heard by the family next door. They literally heard me win this war. And we literally agreed verbally before we let any of this be known to the public. But then once the public realized that I was right, they tried to entice me with actual people that I could get married to who would genuinely put me in a queen-based state. And that's when we realized we had won here. We had one here. We had just figured this out in terms of legality, so I wouldn't have to take medication. To literally be able to even have the access and right to learn medicinal healing, the family next door has protected me. I am loyal to them until I die. That does not even have to be in terms of a marriage sense. It means in terms of legality, I do not give a fuck what charges you throw at them. I am literally legally capable enough to fight in the court of law for anyone who has ever shown me loyalty. So now, there you go. Through Indigenous cigarettes, I have the capacity to genuinely incite treaties through my voice. But I genuinely do not want to be an authoritarian ruler. That is why I have picked literal, now urban city animals and clans to give people in my territory to. The Kensington District and the communal trust here is here and will be here. So, I have literally already given people which animal here I think they're closest to. And I even have confirmation of who the animals have picked to for one person. The animals actually have to go pick the leaders. So the seagulls have tried to pick me, and they gave me the best fucking, brava of spirituality. That is why I was okay with orange sunglasses temporarily taking my true name. What's next? Raccoon? The raccoons are my family. They have made that very clear here. The raccoons here in this territory are my family. I am not getting energetically married to anybody from the raccoon clan. The squirrel clan? Fuck you. You guys haven't shown me actually any loyalty. Whatever. The genuine birds here have. The pigeons have already tried to initiate and have me pick them. The rats and mice here already know who their clan leader is. Okay? So the cockroaches have already... This is not a disrespectful clan name, by the way. We're also having fruit flies and cockroaches because it is an urban ecosystem. We are not killing animals here. That's another reason why I know I'm so true. I genuinely do not try to kill animals, even if they are in my house and people think they are dirty. So, seagulls, you have orange sunglasses. Okay? What else? I don't go around here giving names to people because I'm a fucking cunt. The sun worshippers have even negotiated with me. I'm a straight up moon worshipper. People wanted their sun worshipper figurehead fucking messiah. I gave it to them here. He can go around doing whatever the fuck he wants as long as the women here are safe. I love Sunny. Sunny is constantly giving me offerings. Do you genuinely think Sunny here is also a fucking literal pedophile? I'll slap you if you say anything about her. We need money here. Our family here needs money. I don't give a fuck if you believe our indigenous, colonial, royal, whatever the fuck. You have showed me the general public cannot handle an economic collapse. So when I am in my home, you respect my spiritual rights that I have created in my home. If I sense your energetic body is different, then I genuinely will respect your psychic/spiritual lineage. But until we can get a redistribution of cash, I don't give a fuck about being any one of your rulers. And I will run around spreading lies because I fucking can. I know who is loyal to me, and I have made clear to you that in the end, the people who sided with love are gonna be the people who win, not the selfish people. So now, I have already been given a literal wampum belt, but his true like low-key kind of like haha offering without realizing, I'm sorry, I'm not responding to my chat right now. So, Durain's literal offering to me in terms of being married to me has been broken. But his wampum belt devotion to me has genuinely and always will stand true. So Durain is one of the best Buddhist, Hindu, whatever the fuck you want to think around. If you want to learn more about Buddhism, please go talk to Durain Khatter. Durain Khatter, we are not married, you are not my man, but you have shown me modesty, respect, and love. So I know good men like you exist. I know good men like my father exist. So, if you want to go traditional, then Durain and I do not want to be married. In terms of offering, Durain has literally hand-beaded me a wampum belt. My mother is constantly telling me how I fucked up not getting married to Durain. Or not picking Durain over Pankaj Behera. You want your gossip? You want your tea? Cool. Pankaj Behera, your sister's kid is my nephew. I do not care if I'm not married to you. I have love for all of the women in your family, but you, honestly, go fuck yourself. I don't care. Durain, I have insane respect for you and the men in your family and your sister. Your mother, no judgment there, I am not sure. There you go. You get your brown twins now too. One who has had physical celibacy access to me, and one who has had traditional, respectful, like marriage approval access to me. So you want another timeline, like wormhole? There you fucking go. I will get married around fire, Agni, with a 7 circle whatever. So the Hindu part of me, whenever the Hindu part of me decides to get married, that's when the wormhole closes. The aesthetic part of me could genuinely choose never to get married. So if I choose to be whatever the fuck, I can be whatever the fuck. It's 4:15. I need to now go genuinely to school and prepare for war. Because I am energetically married to a tribal war chief. Now you know my story. Certain medical professionals know my pain and abuse. My mother can handle her abuse herself. My little brother, legally, is so stupid that he genuinely does not get to say shit. Whether it be in this house or my parents' house. Whether it be in Maike or Susural. My little brothers genuinely do not get to say shit. Isa Ahmed, you are a pinpoint figurehead for Islam. You are the man of your household. You are a biomedical engineer at McMaster, who is also a part of Health Sci, an interdisciplinary program. I hold the utmost love and respect for Isa Ahmed. I love his family. I love his cat. I love Levi. And I know musically, musically, Isa Ahmed has given me the voice. He recognized first that I had perfect pitch. He can play piano to an insanely beautiful degree. He was one of the first people to respect me and give me a book. He gave me a Naomi Klein book on climate change. And he asked me so respectfully, please, when you figure out how to save the world, please give me credit. So Isa Ahmed, my best friend, even now, I am sorry I have not been able to be there to respect your mourning of your literal father's death. But I love you. I do not know in what capacity yet. I do not know in what capacity yet. But Isa Ahmed, you are the man of your house. You have gotten the silver fucking stamp for taking one for the fucking team for me. And no matter what or how, you are genuinely somebody that I revere in peacetime or wartime. Please keep any understanding of my body or our engagement, whether it be romantic, sexual, platonic, teacher, student, please keep it to yourself. So now, I ask an Islamic man who is the father or the man of his house to please keep the respect of the men in our house. And please just keep something to himself for a little bit. Our friends know the truth. Can you publicly just shut the fuck up for me for a little bit? So now, a part of me is married, a part of me is not married, a part of me is agender and genuinely never wants to get married. So now, my integration of my third spirit in my middle register genuinely feels complete. If you trigger my left-hand path, I will destroy you. I don't give a fuck. I am a man and I will destroy you. I may not be able to physically fight you, but if you trigger my left-hand path, I will do everything to destroy and degrade you. If you respect my right-hand path, you will get my higher register. You will get my little girl. But I am only daddy's little girl to one person. Do not disrespect me. Unless you are my literal husband, you have no right to be violating contracts of kink and attempting to trigger age regression. What I use to process my own past abuse to justify your disgusting sexual tendencies. Nobody in my family is okay, I don't even know about that yet. But literally, with these negotiations going on, Shikhar, you are a Hindu Sikh man. I don't even know if you're Sikh. Shikhar, you have Punjabi lineage and you are Hindu. You are now Issa's right-hand man. I have never, ever masturbated to you. And I know you have seen my nudes. So know your fucking place. Tape? I have told you almost every manic episode that I spiritually love you. You have a girlfriend. I'm going to respect her. I love your girlfriend. But do not disrespect the inherent left-hand path in me too. And all of the Asian spiritual women here and grandmothers have given me the right to roast you. Because I negotiated with Chinatown first. Spiritually, I negotiated with Chinatown first. For safety. That is why I love Sunny. That is why I roast Lala's Asian girl who came in here trying to act like a fucking energetic whatever. When Dakota led a fire ritual. Because right before that, she tried to get with my, social contract man. When my social contract man picked me, she went on to have me energetically disrespected because she made me touch her feet. I, without any offering needed from her, truly showed her that my initiation into Reiki was not a joke. I was just learning. She chose to genuinely try to degrade me. And she was like, "Oh, you're an energetic healer? Can you energetically heal my feet?" And then in front of my literal love, my literal family, my literal hood community. In terms of my culture, this bitch has made me touch her fucking feet. She was the first person who I gave my energetic healing to without any expectation of reciprocity. And she disrespected me. So if we're in July, I picked Dakota. I spiritually picked Dakota. I even told the spiritual elders here that, hey, I do not know if Tirta actually wants me, but if you want your spiritual older younger analysis, Schwan and Tirta to me are the same soul. Dakota and Lala are two different people. Lala has had genuine love for me and never actually, ever socially disrespected me. Schwan thinks he's the fucking ruler of the world and fucking Messiah. But I know energetically he is so much stronger than me. In terms of tribal chiefs being able to lead ritual, I've literally seen Tirta lead ritual, and he initiated me into Hape, which is a South American no fear ritual. But even in that ritual, I might not have verbally said anything, but some random indigenous person, whatever, who claimed Mohawk origin, claimed to happily be like, oh yes, you are Shrishti. We are Chocolate Groove. We do energetic healing here. But disrespected my right to understand what was happening with me spiritually. So that, indigenous, ritual leader led my hand after I tantrically danced. Dakota and I, before Kevin and I ever made art together, Dakota and I have genuinely stood together at a literal art piece and worked together as we channel ourselves and created literal ruins together. Me, Schwan, Lala, Dakota all went there. I energetically went off, did my own shit. I paid respect to the trees. I paid respect to the water. Apparently, there's some random, I don't even know this person. They're not my clan. So this Mohawk leader, apparently, Schwan was like, oh, go speak to this leader. Go speak to this leader. Dakota didn't give a fuck. Dakota saw that I was speaking to the leader and genuinely, just let me speak to them. They saw I danced there with my true self to anybody who played the drums. Dakota genuinely has been energetically the bad twin. Tirta has energetically been the good twin. So in July, because of the literal respect and initiation, I picked the bad twin. And low-key, if it wasn't for the women that Dakota is with now, I might even energetically be willing to claim that I love him. But I love Hannah, older Hannah. I don't trust Dakota in terms of younger Hannah. Older Hannah, you are now mommy. If older, energetic, whatever the fuck I named as Dakota's wife has died. And I genuinely, energetically mourned her death and realized The fact that my inability to pick the next wife for Dakota has now energetically made me his wife. Then I can go back in July and genuinely recognize that I have given offerings with true modesty and loyalty to Tirtha. Tirtha, in that moment, was medicinal spiritual leader. So there's a part of me that is a medicinal, genuine leader. But now, I am energetically tied to the bad twin. I don't even mind. I wanted to free run with both of you. You are both left-hand path. Lala has tried to show me he is left-hand path. But I know Lala's a true Rasta. So right now, before the psych ward, I have picked Lala as my man. But I have bare love for Oak. I will literally legally marry Oak and fuck her entire plan at Reconfederation if you question my loyalty to the women in this group. I do not know if Tirtha has a woman or not, so I cannot go pay my respects to Tirtha's woman. Isha Didi told me to pick the Brazilian dude. I told if our common law is real, because I know it is. I told them I did not energetically pick your war tribe as my actual person that I want to merge my soul with. So, I have also proven to you that I have the capacity to energetically remove and put claims back on. But right now, we are treating me and my marriage like a royal negotiation because our community here and our community trust is the only reason the rest of Canada has the capacity to reconfederate. So now I know my truth. I have never genuinely, I do not care who good baby boy David is. I am speaking to my people right now. So, I know whatever, energetic, whatever the fuck shit happened here was true. I have also told you to go check whomever I have protected in terms of sexual rape. In a relationship, I have genuinely been raped by someone. I have gone to a psychiatric institution and explained to them my understanding of my own mother's engagement with marriage. But then I have also explained that same understanding in my own life, in a relationship that I have literally explained to my psychology of sexuality prof. In terms of consent, and his conservative ass disrespecting my queerness with his conservative logic, he has genuine connections to Jordan Peterson at UFT. So now I'm also disrespectfully insulting my intellectual lineage. Thomas Hart, I will fight for you and your right to be a teacher till the death. I've tried to flirt with it as a trauma response. I have literally tried to flirt with my psychology of sexuality prof because he mimics all of the conservative dudes in my life. The conservative, politically powerful, socially powerful dudes in my life. I personally have sent him an over 18 picture of myself and genuinely tried to initiate. He has a genuine wife and kids who he loves and respects, and he genuinely shut down any attempt from me because he also recognized that I am traumatized. I have literally spoken to this man about autosexuality. I have genuinely debated with him about my concern for queer and trans folk and never let him indoctrinate me. I am a literal sexual, interdisciplinary sexuality researcher in my own right. I have genuinely explained autosexuality to him through text. That's why I know I was cybersecurity safe, even if the social train decided to destroy me. Get it? Ha ha. Social train, Houdini, auntie. So now, I am going to smoke an indigenous cigarette to solidify my words into a treaty. So now, Jordan Peterson, I'll even consider your right to reteach at UFT if you can genuinely publicly not disrespect me, debate me publicly, and I'll even give you your pronoun thing. Perfect. I do not actually like the pronouns they. It does not make sense to me. If you want to use semiotics and my philosophical lineage, then my Hindi understanding means they and they can be. So to all of my queer non-binary people out there who genuinely want to use they, I will respect you. But to my queer friends here, fuck you for just pronouncing me as they. I have never told my queer friends here that they can pronoun me as gay. I have just told them that I'm non-binary and they just decide that it's okay to call me they. I have said she or he is fine. If you want to protect me in terms of my family, please continue to call me she. I also socially will not understand you if you call me he or they. Because socially, everyone has known me as she. But because of the pronouns that I pick, does not mean that my non-binary three-spirit side is not true. So if you want to talk about pronouns, they is technically correct. But I would prefer if people went no pronoun and in regular conversation just genuinely called me Shrishti. Because hum can mean me or us. That is where my capacity to disintegrate and reevaluate my own energetic understanding comes in. So, if you want to be conservative and you want to diss all of my bullshit, fine. All I ask of conservatives is, if you speak about me in your private circles or personal circles, call me Shrishti. if you have known me in the past, I want you to keep calling me she. To the queer doctor who has given me a sick note without forcing me to pay him for a sick note, so I can genuinely protect all of the girls from my real village and their rights to go to school. I anoint you the person that I do negotiations with in terms of the Western medical field. That person's sick note was an offering to me. If he genuinely wants to be a medicinal healer, you are a queer person. You are now married to me. And I will teach you what I know about my spirituality. Because you protected my dignity and right to modesty, while I was just dealing with the fact that my literal capacity to choose the person that I married was taken away from me. But I loved Dakota then too. I loved Tirtha then too. Ritik fucking Mehta, he's a socialite. You don't actually have royal blood in you. He disrespected me. There's your social branding too. He started going to like Chocolate Groove after. He tried to join my musical group. So Ritik Mehta, who met me at the gym, Ahmed, you went to TMU. I love you. You are a brilliant microbiologist. Ritik Mehta, who is a cricket player, a brown cricket player, the younger version of Surya Pratap Singh, has followed me around in Toronto. He knew I was into him, disrespected the fuck out of me, genuinely tried to fuck me. I genuinely artistically tried to create links there. I understand he has a connection now to my spiritual friend group. No, he does not have a connection to my spiritual friend group. He has a connection to my bodybuilding gym friend group at the Rack. I was literally training to be an Olympic fucking weightlifter who could compete at the Olympic level, and I still fucking can. I have all of my shit here. So Ahmed was the first person who ever initiated me into true bodybuilding and working out, and even taught me how to properly power lift. My bodybuilding crew, my barbell crew at TMU has now managed to get varsity fucking rights. Because in the socialite order, I low-key promoted that I was barbell club. So now they have even gotten varsity fucking funding. But everybody in barbell club has disrespected the fuck out of me. I will rejoin barbell club next year if I choose. Ritik Mehta genuinely used to work out at the gym. Benny, you are a nurse from Hong Kong. I need to speak to you about Hong Kong negotiations. You are a university student who disrespected the fact that I tried to teach you how to genuinely lift. So now, I have barbell club rights too. Ritesh genuinely for free taught me. Ritesh, in terms of physicality and strength, is the person that I anoint in barbell club. Ritik Mehta, you are a random fucking cricketer who also potentially might have the capacity to get married to me. But you have disrespected me. And you are you want to go royalist here? You are a socialite. What makes you think I would want to give up genuine, literal love and royalty to my people here, when Dakota, genuinely, through my understanding, is indigenous royalty? Dakota, to my understanding, is indigenous royalty. Dakota has held my hand. And if you want to think about that as grooming, fine. I was groomed by my man. I don't give a fuck. He has literally opened a literal Horcrux with me on a painting. There was a literal Mohawk leader who held my hand and literally performed a genuine ceremony. But everybody else following in this ceremony didn't actually know what the fuck they were doing. I instinctively knew what to do and follow along. That is why I know my claim to indigeneity is true. So even if I am ritualistically, spiritually, and spiritually, psychically, whatever the fuck married to Dakota, I don't care. I wanted Tirtha. And if Dakota can genuinely live with the fact that I wanted Tirtha, who I label as Vishnu, who has genuinely a left-hand path, who has never actually given me a singular offering. There you go. I have now negotiated political amnesty for the bad twin with the good twin. I wanted to free run with them both. Neither of them have initiated me into street art. James Flux is my initiation into visionary art. I do not tag with the crew. I Horcrux myself for the rest of you. I know my offerings are true. If anybody has bought, sold, or traded any genuine offerings given to me, you have now contributed in my literal spiritual trafficking. Okay? So I am worried about actual physical traffickers here. Politically, Tribal Eye, Rasta Pasta, very sus. Hussein, a literal convenience store owner who first initiated me into the collective trust of money, who I used to always buy my cigarettes from. I have given him one singular indigenous tobacco cigarette because I low-key could tell he loved me too. But when the men, the fucking disgusting men of this area decided to just label me as a stupid disabled girl, Hussein lost his trust in me. So now we have come full fucking circle to July. I have protected the person in a common law marriage with me as of 3 weeks ago. I have no love for him because he has disrespected me. I love him for the fact for giving me a space to be able to energetically dissociate. I am not a pedophile. I have just now been in his family, and if I can recharge in a holistic sense, that is because I have labeled his literal sister my daughter. Schwan, I have labeled as my literal son. I have dated Schwan. Publicly dated Schwan. The family that lives next to me understands the bullshit that Schwan has given me in my life. Lyotha, he's 19 turning 20 in December. So legally, I am allowed to date fucking Schwan. But because of the lack of understanding that I had for left-hand path initiates, and the fact that they almost made me an unwilling accomplice to trafficking, I have now spiritually claimed Schwan as my son. I have never masturbated to him. So I know the ritual rites here are true. I am still actually wearing the literal protective charm Sunny has given me. I love Sunny. Sunny here is an older Asian woman who has protected me and genuinely let me channel into her literal energetic family source. Okay? So, now, left-hand path, cannibal initiate. I unknowingly sourced her. But in the fur-based clan in our territory, she picked me. So, Dakota, I genuinely have love for you. I sexually, genuinely am into you. I'm sexually into Tirta too. I'm not really sexually into Lala or Schwan. So, at this point, I have never masturbated to Tirta. Ever. And I do not know why these treaty rights need to be negotiated through my truthfulness in my own story. But now, you on Twitch, Amazon multinational corporations, I have literally proven to Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes that my psychic capacities are real. I have proven to Chinese esports that my psychic and spiritual capacities are real. Toast, I literally loved your entire friend group, but Jade, Quarter Jade genuinely could not handle not being queen in your friend group. So there you go. You guys get all of your rights relinquished back to you. None of you are Horcruxes. If I hang out with Albert or Disguised Toast, or even Skara through Twitch Live, they are not handling me. I do not care which one of them was a CIA initiate. Jack has genuinely taught me about physics. Dark Academia UFT vibes, you're still sexy as fuck. In terms of whatever that has happened legally and like sexually, I'm sorry. Some of the best sex of my fucking life. But I do not actually energetically trust you or anybody in Valorant friend groups. You have tried to show me Disguised Toast playing Valorant. You have tried to show me a pretty Asian girl playing Valorant. You have tried to show me literal YouTube cinematography royalty to me playing Valorant. So, anybody who I have Horcruxed into Valorant, I genuinely, academia-wise, love Jack. Whatever he has done and whatever he has admit to his friend group can stay there. I do not care. Ahmed has genuinely taught me physics. His lineage to physics is Gabriel Iqbal, one of the most brilliant minds in physics that I know to this date. You want to understand my lineage to academic climate change? Gabriel Iqbal literally has a letter of recommendation from David Suzuki. Thomas Hart has literally written the literal autobiography for whomever was in charge of Greenpeace. So if you want a climate change-based leader too, Doreen and I and Isa and I have both, and Abhiraj and I, and this random brown girl from India have all literally been given federal grants by the Canadian government to be climate leaders within our community. So I'm a climate leader and linked to a municipality in Hamilton. I'm a climate leader, literally, that has been, if I am a whore, then I am a whore to the Canadian federal government. If you want to say prostitution, I have not actually had $1 a fucking dime put in my fucking name for the bullshit rights that I fight for climate change. So now, Doreen and I have worked on climate change together. Isa and I have worked on climate change together. Abhiraj and I have worked on climate change together. I am a climate-based leader in Hamilton. I'm a climate change-based leader in the municipality of Peel. And now I have also declared that if you want to do climate change territory colonial wars, that I am also a climate leader in the municipality of Toronto. So now, I genuinely do not give a fuck about what anyone in the public thinks about me, my family, my fucking dogs. Shehbaz, you are sick royalty. Shehbaz, I do not even know your last name. You are royalty to me because you have respected me when guys in our high school did not. Actually, I'm sorry. For the terms of legality, Shehbaz, you are a knight. Isa, you are a knight. Shikar, you are a knight. Talminder, you are a knight. Gurnur, you are a knight. Hansnir, you are a knight. Nikita, you are a knight. Arush, you have whatever royal claim you want based on however many fucking followers you have. Arush, go. You want to be a ruler so bad? You want to be king so bad? Go. Let's see how many people follow my younger brother. My genetic younger brother. I told you, I am not a pedophile. And I am not promoting incestual pedophilia to you. I was just trying to acknowledge that my brother... Oh, I lick my lips, calling myself out there. Yeah, I enjoy spiritual games. And that is why I know which primordial souls are true. I licked my lips. Brother. That's for us to decide what the fuck is wrong with us. I do not masturbate to my brother. Tried once in my life. Genuinely felt so disgusted, I didn't even care to try to orgasm. Oh yeah, you guys thought it was about masturbation. Who have I actually orgasmed to? That I know. Yeah, it's weird. It's genuinely weird. I'm acknowledging that for me to be able to genuinely acknowledge left-hand path and right-hand path, I need to be able to admit my rights and wrongs truthfully. So now, I know queer solidarity stands true in my life. My brother genuinely likes chasing fame, money, gold, whatever the fuck. My grandparents bought me gold. So if my family wants my fucking loyalty, no thank you. I actually prefer my jewelry in silver. So, any gold that has been offered to me to date to try to determine currency, I do not give a fuck. I value silver. We used to value nickel. The silver dollar, there you go. Jewish. Christian people genuinely are not legally allowed to anoint capital. That is why, even in Harry Potter, it is a disgusting trope. But the goblins that controlled the banks were Jewish. I am so sorry for any Zionism that I might have fucking perpetuated because I claimed the understanding. No, I lick my lips, but that's because battle. I am now engaging in war battle with Zionists. I love genuine, spiritually true Jewish people. But my capacity to genuinely want to fight and make it sexual is genuinely something that I'm allowed to do. My biological family is not allowed to masturbate to me, or even fantasize about me. That is a weird thing that I should have to say. So now, the mitochondrial DNA link, I know because of my art sci friends. I know that Jewish people are not Zionists. But I know the pain of the Holocaust is true. I genuinely have been a nurse at Baycrest Hospital. I genuinely, do I want to sexually fight my brother? No. I'm going to smack the fuck out of him if he genuinely even dares to think that. I'm telling you, Maike Sasural. I am now documenting a story in time. Before I can fucking forget, go to a fucking library and literally plan what actual war needs to be done in terms of global actual resource management. I told Dakota I might have anointed him here tribal war chief, but before he publicly disrespected me, I had already claimed war chief title back. So now, our community trust is true. My fire initiate rituals are true. My capacity to be a true Sufi woman is also true. But who am I loyal to? Nobody fucking knows. That is why this bullshit story continues. So now, Ritik Mehta, why the fuck have you been following me around? Literally being like, oh, you're nothing. Let me just try to fuck you. If you are the younger version of Surya Pratap Singh, somebody who as a child has genuinely never violated me physically. But as a child, I used to call him Pinku Bhaiya. But I loved him romantically. Is he actually genetically, even close to me? No. I told you, we were the subsect family. So if I genuinely want to say fuck you to everyone here, Surya Pratap Singh is in India right now. So legally, people have been like, oh, your family's in India. Yeah, could be. Is it Maike or Sasural? I guess I get to decide that later. That means in-laws or not. So for the sake of indigenous right to confederate, I have allowed my literal royal last name to negotiate ritual marriage rights here. If I'm back in July and Dakota is not a genuine pedophile, I have made so many if-then statements. If Dakota is not a genuine literal pedophile, he has genuinely protected me in territory wars in Kensington. I went around acting up in street art to people from Midway Tattoo. Even if he disrespected me, he literally, negotiated my right to live here and be safe. So that is why my insane loyalty to my hood is true. I never genuinely felt violated by Dakota. Tirta, Muna, the time in front of Tom's, when I had my breakdown, energetically, I had already assessed everyone there. My queer family was there too. Lee is Jewish. Jordan, I am sorry. You are not a part of our spiritual family. I tried to get you to genuinely have rights here. But you disrespected my spirituality and claimed that I could not be a spiritual teacher and that I was trying to be a pedophile to you. Lee, you know I get angry. You have literally seen me yell at people in my literal community. Lee, you are Jewish. I have not revealed your actual last name. I know your psychic rights and lineage are there. If we even say fuck indigenous spirituality, which we are not, Lee, I have treated you like my son. So do not come into my home and disrespect me. Lee, you literally are like my son. I have never masturbated to you. I have genuinely just been like, Lee, I am so sad. I just want to cuddle. But Lee does not want to be bearded. Lee has never genuinely expressed any sexual interest in me. He has never tried to sleep with me. If he has literally been in my bedroom in the most respectful way if we were literal children. I know that my disabled rights are protected because Lee float above the origami dream, has genuinely tagged in my house before anyone who was street art has ever been in my life. Did I understand what it meant to be initiated or have somebody create art in my room? No. I genuinely, Lee, felt comfortable cuddling with me in my house, but only in my living room. Lee has never genuinely slept in my bed and cuddled me. But I recognized that I was genuinely sad and upset and age regressing because I needed comfort and I felt alone. So, even in one of my genuine saddest times, Lee has protected me. I have genuinely gone to whomever is his energetic girl and taken them out on a date. And literally expressed to them that my connection with Lee was not in competition or genuine desire there. But I went up to Lee and I was like, Lee, I'm so sorry. I coerced you into cuddling with me. Lee doesn't actually mind cuddling with me. But I didn't understand my energetic capacity at all. I have diagnosed private information to him, private medical information to him, as a psychological sexual researcher and as a literal medical student. So Lee gets to decide what part of that violation was true. I have apologized to Lee and recognized, hey, Lee, you did not actually want to cuddle with me, but you realized that energetically, I felt like I had no one left in the world. So Lee, you have been knighted. You know your true name. I hate your mother. I genuinely hate your mother. I have told you, even now, you are allowed to live at 2 places. If we are talking about political fucking amnesty, I can run to a Jewish synagogue right now. But Lee, who we all protect here, I'm talking to myself. I'm so angry. Lee, who we all protect here, genuinely has the right to live with either Jordan or me. Legally. So there you go. Lee, I am willing to foster you. You are Jewish. I am willing to foster you. And I know what your anonymity means to you. And that is something you have told me to respect. But we have genuinely formed a trauma bond. And I love you. Lee, you are Jewish. I do not know if your mitochondrial DNA is Jewish or not. I do not even care. Palestine, to me, means the world. But Lee, I love you. Okay? So you genuinely get to live here or with Jordan. I will never hit you. I will never yell at you. If anybody is going to be my foster kid, I will always feed you. I will never force you to cuddle with me. I will never coerce you into ever taking any substances. I will never, ever tell people what is your business that you have entrusted with me. I do not give a fuck about your genetic, spiritual, psychic lineage. I am a left-hand path, and I have made mistakes. But as I have gone on and learnt, I am trying to fix those claims. Dakota, you are energetically my husband. Hannah, you are energetically my wife. There you go. I am now thirding you. Alright. Good. Why does Lee's float mean so much to me? Because we literally could hang around here. He genuinely told me about genuine gang affiliations to Left Hand Path. And that was his understanding of it. He has been in my bedroom as I judged him to think that he was some homeless kid. No, he was just a street artist in his own fucking right. So Lee, you are musically brilliant. Lee, you are artistically brilliant. I have taken your energetic partner on a date and revealed genuine bullshit about my energetic mate. So, your energetic mate knows I'm being real here too. So, maternal lineages. That is what we are going with to prevent incest. I have a paternal right to rule. My energetic mate has a maternal right to rule. We don't actually give a fuck about any of that shit. We are all a family here. And we are all royalty. I licked my lips there, but I don't even remember who I was talking to or who was channeling me. There you go. Political amnesty for myself, because I'm a literal autosexual. I am not questioning my three-spiritness. I do not know the power of literal tattooing. But if you want to talk about like the bondage of, oh, there you go, marital claim through my parents deciding for me outside of Sharia law. Now I have two here, two potential mates. Third one's gone. I do not have a bra on. I'm going to show you what the capacity to get a traditional tattoo from 3 different people. Tim Possinger. I am not. These are all Medusa tattoos for me. Every single one of these tattoos on my right arm are Medusa tattoos to me. But I am not gonna fucking Medusa myself. Tim Possinger, you are one of the best traditional tattooers I know to date. I do not remember your name. You have given me so much respect. You are from Mexico, probably indigenous in your own right, affiliated with a fuck ton of gangsters. I can tell by your traditional tattooing style. Not your traditional tattooing style. Sorry. Your realism tattoo style. Alejandro Colt, there is your political amnesty. He is a graffiti artist. I do not know if he is left-hand path or not. Matt is genuinely one of the up and coming at Blind Tiger Tattoo. He is genuinely one of the up and coming traditional tattooers of his time. I did not understand that tattoos had the capacity to brand. So, Tim Possinger, he is a literal consumable traditional tattoo artist. So is Matt, and so is this person. The person who I give spiritual capacity to put literal spiritual ruins on me, I am not paying them for a fucking tattoo. Now, you want to understand what maternal lineage and worship means through my literal understanding of traditional tattooing, I have the capacity to remove. Oh, there you go. Another one broke. The only one that came like off my right hand and did not break is this one energetic bangle. So now, this is a literal, beautiful outline of flash that Matt has drawn for me, and he respected me. I told him that my tattoos have an insane spiritual meaning to me. He gave me a price. I did not care. I genuinely looked at him and I said, "You have taken traditional Sailor Jerry tattoos that are a combination of Japanese Yakuza tattoos and colonial Sailor Jerry tattoos, and that is what gives us modern traditional tattooing. I am not branded by these men. They have no spiritual claim on me. Von Thoma, in New York, you are genuinely brilliant. I have kept up to terms and dates about your family. Von Thoma, if you want to talk about my capacity to self-initiate as a tattooer, Von Thoma. Okay, so my very first traditional tattoo was by someone at Electric Anvil named Ash. She is genuinely somebody who is an amazing traditional tattooer who was battling cancer in her own rights. She tattooed an intimate sexual part of my body and made me feel so safe. Pankaj Behera was there. This is before we ever engaged in something that meant spirituality to me. Suman Didi, I have so much respect for you. You let me live in your house there. So you want to talk colonialism? Brooklyn, NYC, the greater tri-state area? I claim you there too. Von Thoma, you genuinely, spiritually, and respectfully claimed my left calf. It is a Playboy bunny tattoo, but I reversed it because I said Hugh Hefner was a piece of shit who genuinely got famous off of selling Marilyn Monroe's nudes. Von Thoma, I have genuinely respected your wife. I even know about your son's literal medical diagnosis. You have no energetic claim over me. You are not a traditional tattooer to me. And by traditional tattooer, I mean yes, in terms of traditional healing practices. But in terms of spiritual, like you have marketed yourself as a consumable. I respect you in the highest regard, Von Thoma. Ash from Electric Anvil, you have tattooed my left leg. Traditional tattooed my left leg. You two now are my left-hand path twins who have violated me because I did not understand the spiritual capacity and my spirituality that tattooing had. But left-hand path, I love you. I don't even give a shit. You are now traditional tattoo royalty. but you are not in my family. So now, Matt, genuinely, you have respected my right-hand path. My right-hand path was genuinely trying to get over sexual abuse. You did not make me feel weird. You did not disrespect me. You did not do jack shit. Blind Eye Tiger used to be a brothel. You let me come to you in your queer tattoo shop, not understand the power of tattooing on my own indigenous spirituality, yet I picked your art style in terms of healing, as a medicinal healer, as a nurse, even in terms of wound protection. You genuinely did not show me high up class protocol, but I gave you, Tim Possinger gave me witch hazel. That was the powerful knowledge he gave me. I gave that to Matt. Tim Possinger, you are genuine traditional tattoo royalty who I let Medusa me. You do not have any ruins or spiritual claims there. You have helped me process sexual abuse. Matt, you have also helped me process sexual abuse. The graffiti artist, you have genuinely also helped me process spiritual abuse. Whatever. Alejandro, if they do not give you your work permit, we are now married in common law. I'm allowed concubines. In my royal right to rule, I am allowed concubines. But immigration-wise, I need to be able to prove that my concubines or whoever I sponsor can financially support themselves. So, if you can financially support yourself, I am also in a common law marriage to the Mexican woman who lives under me. Okay? So now, here, going back to the tattoo, he had a genuine, beautiful flash piece that he let me come in there, and based off of the value of his art and the potential I saw in Matt, my tit is out. The potential that I saw in Matt as a true traditional tattoo legend. And the fact that he wasn't egotistical enough to be like, oh, this is my style. This is how tattoo booking works. It was a queer tattoo shop that used to be a brothel. So, spiritually, I thank all of the genuine prostitutes whose energies protected me, whose energies Matt has tattooed into me, so I wouldn't let the claim horror get to me when my body has literally been violated in so many different ways. He also genuinely worked with me. Tim Possinger was the only person who was egotistical enough to genuinely not respect that I did not want the bird that big. I did not want these colors. This peacock, to me, genuinely is not the right colors. So Tim Possinger has shown me, okay, I am elite in tattooing, which I recognize based off of your understanding of tattoo healing and the knowledge that you have gave me of witch hazel being astringent. I forgive you. But this was still a violation of my spirituality. I gave you $100 tip. Matt, I love you. Tim Possinger, I did not flirt with you at all. Matt, I flirted with you. Genuinely. So, you allowed me to add an eye. You allowed me to pick the red color. You allowed me to pick the original outline of your flash. This dude is a brilliant fucking tattoo artist in his own. I gave Tim Possinger's astringent healing tool to get a good picture to Matt at Blind Sight Tiger Tattoo. I was not masturbating as someone was giving me a tattoo. I was learning how to control my literal body no matter how much pain I was in. Matt genuinely might be new at tattooing, but he was respectful enough that yes, I respected his art style. I respected that tattoo artists need to get paid. But Matt respected that it was going to be on my body forever. Tim Possinger has not respected that it was going to be on my body forever. This artist has genuinely respected that it was going to be on my body forever. Do not make me call out your brown fucking apprentice at Chronic Ink. Matt, we have now, in terms of tattooing and right-hand path, been fucking linked. So now, Cobra, Matt made it look devilish. We negotiated back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He wanted the wings to be yellow. I wanted the wings to be green. He can literally just touch it up and genuinely make the wings green and literally squash any spiritual beef I have with him. Is he genuinely, in terms of tattooing, at a point where his prices are good enough to be as good as Tim Possinger? No. But he respected the fact that I do not need to disclose that this was a Medusa tattoo to me. So, Matt, genuinely, I flirted with him. He did not try to take advantage of me. He kept it professional. And I was like, fuck you. Like, I'm trying to flirt with you. Like, how are you doing that? But he recognized that in terms of tattooing, not only did the original actual price I increased myself, but I genuinely gave him another $100 tip, as I did almost all of these men who have tattooed me. So if they want to go around claiming that their tattooing is something of consumable nature, then fine. But getting a tattoo after this point to me is not of consumable nature. I will be going to Matt and literally telling him to make the wings green. That is my negotiation with traditional tattooers. I have dubbed you the next in your traditional tattoo club fan, whatever. Midway Tattoo, I have given you like genuine soul, human being based rates. Wednesday, I am not trying to date you. You are the literal dad of the entire group. Wednesday, or the person I gave the Govy Thursday to, you, in terms of Midway Tattoo, are genuine, like healthy father figure vibes. Matt, I actually don't mind that you made the yin yang into a sun. The cobra to me means me. The trident could literally be Poseidon and Athena. This could be knowledge in terms of Adam and Eve. The wings, eagle. Kevin, in the park, the person who literally initiated me into the community trust, has been calling me the eagle. But I'm sorry, I do not like scripture being manipulated. I then went, okay, so now I'm the worst person in the world, but I am the leader of Grand Council. And I have a genuine understanding and respect of what it means to be a cannibal. So, yin yang, there you go. There is my link to Buddhism. A literal third eye, so the cobra can mean Shiv or Adam and Eve. Trident, anybody who believes in the Greek pantheon or Celtic pantheon, anybody who is a European polytheistic person, welcome along. I prefer polytheism. Hinduism is polytheistic. Indigenous scripture has been manipulated by Jesuit missionaries. Jesuit missionaries have manipulated indigenous scripture. That is why they worship the father figure God. Matt, genuinely respecting me with this, gave me the capacity to ingrain in my mind that I am a true worshiper of the mother goddess. The wings, the eagle, the name Kevin has given me, I initially wanted them to be a cobra and an eagle fighting. Matt is genuinely, spiritually, probably brilliant and is welcome to learn from me and genuinely claim that he is a part of my psychic lineage. Because the collaboration on this piece, my Medusa piece, he genuinely did not respect that I wanted the wings to be green. He can touch that up. So now, this has red and blue, which means masculine and feminine, which literally means root chakra, purple chakra. Wait, purple isn't even there. Purple is the integrated version of me. That is why Raj, my cryptocurrency blockchain initiate from years ago who didn't even realize he was my initiate. I have been going around claiming that we are purple. So now, my third eye means blue. So, feminine eyes of modesty. Third eye, spiritual. Left-hand path. Now, sun and moon. Cobra in Christianity. Adam and Eve. Yo, I'm gonna go Lilith vibes here too. I have genuinely called myself Lilith in the past. The church on Bloor Street, who genuinely accepts queer people, who genuinely has a colored light in their church, where I actually got initiated into wheat paper art. And left hand, like my literal left hand, like initiation, I know my visionary artist claim was true. Okay? So my visionary artist claim was true. But I told James Flux that the age gap was uncomfortable for me and I felt used. But I have messaged James Flux privately and acknowledged what he meant to me. James needs money too. The artist needs money. I'm a visionary artist. So now, there's red and blue. So my masculine and feminine side. My neutral, like Vishnu, where I love everyone and I do not have hate, is green. Green. Gabriel Iqbal, heart consciousness. So now, yellow. Maybe Matt and his energetic guides realized that my tattoo might have actually needed to be yellow because I had not integrated my yellow chakra that is supposed to give you fuel and purpose and fire. The literal bag where I kept my needles, where I literally could have genuinely, if I had not thought, without any of the treaty understandings, given myself a tattoo. Because I knew my impartiality was true. I am trying to metaphorically explain my three spirit side to you. I am not fucking doing that. So my left-hand path, my skin that is actually bare, with the one person who I know I have never slept with. I have not actually engaged in sexual intercourse with tape. So my left-hand path literally is my creative side too. But with tape, the literal ring that I'm wearing that my mother got for me from Rajasthan from a literal palm reader, I wear on the side that I actually got my first tattoo with a true left-hand path who understands cybersecurity, who I have never actually legally pulled into my bullshit. So, tape literally took me. We ate fucking a popsicle from his culture in his car. We genuinely Like, so I literally went to the Asian woman here spiritually, and I was like, I am ready. Tape loves his girlfriend, and has genuinely been so respectful to his girlfriend that I do not care if at one point we were energetically married. Dakota, you have never tattooed me. Tirta, you have never tattooed me. Tape, you have never tattooed me. My modesty is a genuine choice to people I consider my family. If I am on Twitch calling out multinationals and the legal system, I am allowed to be like, oops, forgot about modesty there for a second. Because being spiritually fucking feeling like you're violated is just as valid. Matt, you are not spiritually married to me. I have told people that if I want to be married, it has to be a combination of both my ancestral marriage rituals and their ancestral marriage rituals. So, Matt, visionary artist, you are the next chain in my link to visionary artist. You have now been